broke real good like too. Hey everyone, John Francis Restorations. How are you doing today? Well, it's been a couple months since our last video. That last video was over the holidays that we did the dining set for our own home. Ran kind of long, so I didn't want to get into the recovering of the seats. But that's what this video here is going to be. It's going to be us just getting those seats recovered, which we actually did Thanksgiving morning, so we could use it that evening for Thanksgiving dinner. So that's going to be our video you're watching here now. There's just one more thing I was going to mention. We have another channel on YouTube. It's camping. It's called First Time RVers. We do camping trips almost every other weekend, all year long, certainly in the summer. But we just kind of film our adventures and do some reviews of items we use or reviews of campgrounds we stay at. So if you're into camping or you think it's something you may want to get into, give that a look and subscribe. I'm going to put the link down here below. So hey, what better time than now to ask you guys to subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you like what you see, share with your friends, leave comments, and most importantly, keep watching. We got more to come. So here we go. Let's get this video rolling. And here are our seats. We're going to recover them. I got to take all this off. You can see I started this process, but let me just show you what these look like. You can see they've been covered more than once, but whoever did them last kind of did a pretty shabby job. I don't know, it's hard to tell, but they just got a square piece of foam in here. You can see where it's, the way it fits here. So we're going to get off the first set of fabric there. Get rid of this piece of foam. Yeah, look at the mess there. Take this all off. We got some new foam here, some batting, and then of course our fabric. So we're going to get this fabric removed here. Got Maddie helping. And it works great just to get a pair of pliers close and you can just kind of pull these out. Sometimes you can pull them out by hand, but you can also put a staple through your hand doing that. So one thing about doing refinishing or repair work or that kind of stuff, there's always a chance to run into an issue. Like here, pulling this off, a piece of the wood snapped off, so now we're gonna have to get that glued back on. But that's all right, we'll get it done. God, this whole thing is falling apart. All right, we got these all cleaned off and ready to recover. So it's time to cut our foam. Cutting the foam. Little trick I learned back in the day. All right, so we're gonna mark this. I'm gonna do one to show you what we do. If you're an amateur like me, how do you cut the foam? Let me show you a little trick I learned.
Electric knife.
The electric knife. And again, you want to make sure you're as squared up as possible.
Slices like butter.
And again, make sure you're squared up. And squared up at the end. This will pop right off. Boom. There you have it. All right, so when it comes to covering your chairs, obviously make sure you have enough supplies, fabric and things. Get our fabric down. Got plenty of batting. I probably overbought, but that's okay. And then a piece of your foam. Kind of get my batting. Yeah, somewhat close. Don't need to be perfect, that's for sure. but close to where my fabric is. Set my foam on there, get my board. And then just kind of line it up the best you can. Make sure you have enough, you know, good 2-3 inches to do all your stapling and stuff. 2 or 3 inches. I mean, the reality is we're probably looking at more like 6 inches along the, you know, from the foam out. There we go. All right, we'll get the stapling this on. I put a couple staples in. Then I go opposite. So you don't want to leave it real loose because, I mean, it looks like a box. You want to kind of pull it tight. I pull on the batting in the fabric a little bit, then I'll just go into the fabric. Pull that kind of tight. And that way, we'll show you here. It'll start to remove your wrinkles, and well, we'll show you at the end here what it kind of gives you a nice curved finished look. You want to kind of staple it. You know, if you see here, if you pull too tight, kind of changes your angle. If you leave it too loose, then it gets you wrinkles in here and kind of looks lumpy. So I just kind of look at it and pull it tight enough that it gives a smooth as possible feel around there. The wide end is the front, and then back here is a little more narrow. That's the back. So what I like to do at the back, you know what, while I'm here, I'll cut some of this, a little bit more of this batting off. Get some of it out of the way. So on the narrow end of the chair that goes to the back, I'm gonna put an extra staple in there. What I like to do is pull the back all the way down first. And then I'll fold it in so it gives me a flush end on the outside of this. And then in those areas I like to put some extra staples. So again, the back will basically get to the end here. And then from the side, we will fold over. That way you get a flush edge, back edge. But when it comes to the front, what I'll do is get slightly I'll stay slightly farther away, both ends, and then I'll kind of do a triangle here. Gives it a nice little look on the front corners here.
Jeez.
We'll cut off all this excess, but there you go. So you kind of get a nice fold around that curved front, but then in the back it's nice and flush, and then where it meets up here will be up against the back. You won't see it as much. So we'll get all this cut off, and then we'll put the seat on the chair. So when it's turkey day and you're stuck outside finishing up a project, you got to have some snacks. Nice little, what is this? Mm-hmm. Salami and cheese and crackers.
I made it for him.
Thanks, Maddie. get all this excess off here. Okay, now we'll line the seat up. Put my screws in here real quick in the 4 holes. Try to get the sides flush, get the front where it needs to be. And the biggest thing is I just make sure it's pushed tight towards the back. And I put my screws in. There you have it. Okay, so before we wrap up this video, let's take a quick look at the seats and see how they turned out. Here we go, here's one of the chairs. So you remember on these front corners, I told you how we folded that in kind of a triangle. And that gives it a nice finished look. And then in the back, you get a finished look because this comes straight over. Because we folded over the back end first. And then folded this second. And that way, you don't see where the folds are. All right, well, I'm sitting down in one of these chairs right now, and it is quite comfortable. Well, thanks for watching. We'll get to the rest of this dining room set soon. The next video, I think, is going to be of a game table that we're working on. Beautiful game table. So subscribe and hit the bell down below, and you'll get a notification of when that video is uploaded. But that table just turned out beautiful, so I look forward to showing you. Thanks for watching John Francis Restorations, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.